The federal government is considering overhauling the Closing the Gap policy after a decade of limited progress for Indigenous Australians. A new approach would assess priorities like home ownership and community safety.
These students have big dreams. It hasn't been an easy road, but there's some of the growing number of Indigenous students graduating from high school.
Found it quite difficult to come to school at first, and it's my 4th year, so it's been quite a big journey.
The Closing the Gap policy was created to improve health, education and employment prospects for Indigenous Australians. Almost 10 years later, one of the few targets that's on track is Year 12 attainment rates.
Be able to see so many Indigenous students be able to succeed will have such a great impact on everyone.
Closing the Gap was set up by Kevin Rudd in 2008 and agreed to by all state governments.
Most of it will be hard, very hard, but none of it is impossible.
9 years on, little has been achieved in key measures like child mortality, life expectancy and school attendance.
We are still not making enough progress.
Documents obtained by the ABC show the federal government is now looking to drastically overhaul the scheme. It will consider broadening the framework to consider cultural targets and other priorities like home ownership, community safety and overcoming trauma. There are also calls for the strategy to celebrate Indigenous achievement as well as address disadvantage.
The first reaction to that is we welcome some action, but after 10 years, it is, I guess, disappointing but shameful for successive governments, if you like, not getting this right.
Today, the Federal Indigenous Affairs Minister Nigel Scullion met with his state and territory counterparts to pitch the idea.
If we can work closer together, we're going to get a better outcome for our first Australians.
The final scheme is expected to be rolled out in the middle of 2018. Isabella Higgins, ABC News.